Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super exciting video. I'm actually collabing again with my very dear perfume friend, Emmy Ever After. I'm sure many of you know her. I will link the previous video we did together a while ago now in the summer in the description box below, but we decided to do another video together in the fall talking all about our fall wardrobe of fragrances we're super interested in wearing, that we've already started to wear as the weather has started to change more into this fall time vibe. And yeah, just fragrances that we're really into, or that we imagine we'll be into throughout this entire fall season. So I'm sure you know her already. I will link also her channel in the description box below. If you want to check her out, definitely do. Love her. And I will link both of our Instagrams in the description box as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for some more behind the scenes and scent of the day. And if you're visiting from her channel, then I hope you'll subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. There's many, over 100 now videos for you to check out as well. So I hope you'll stick around. So yeah, let's get into it. I have 9 fragrances that I've picked for this 2020 fall season, and then I have one honorable mention as well, which we'll get to right at the end. So let's get into it. So let's start with the first one. This is a fragrance I've had for a couple years now, and I always pull out in colder weather, especially because I find it really blooms the best when it's cold, and it's quite like a darker, richer fragrance as a whole. And this is Black Perfecto by La Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain. And this, oh, I just love. It's very like cherry, almond leather. It has great lasting power. I have, put this on at night, gone to bed, and still you could smell like the very dry down of it in the morning. Oh my God, it is stunning. It's very, I don't know, it's very sexy without being without being too forward, I guess, but it is delicious, and the cherry almond mixed with the leather keeps it really like dark and warm smelling, but not too cloying and not in any way bitter if you're not into that kind of thing. I am sometimes into bitter scents, like especially if it's an oud, if it's going to be a bitter oud, I am all for it. But this, it's just really beautiful. There is just something about it, and it's super inexpensive. For Guerlain, you can find this for really inexpensive. I don't remember how much I found it for, but it was under $30, I think. And yeah, this is just the 30 ml. A little goes a long way with this. If you're an oversprayer like me, you do not need to overspray this. It is beautiful though, and I'm so excited to pull this out, especially like nighttime scent. Really beautiful. So that's Black Perfecto by La Petite Robe Noire. Then I'll just get this one out of the way because it's definitely in my fall wardrobe, but it's not really like easily found, if at all. But this is Oud Noir, and it is from Primark many years ago now. I didn't pull out all of my ouds because I wanted to probably save them for winter time. I will wear them in the fall. I kind of wear them year round, honestly. But this one is it's a rosy oud, and it's quite, for an oud, it's quite a fresh one. And I feel like it is that perfect balance of something you can wear in the fall leading into winter rather. And I just love it. I think it's a really well done, inexpensive oud. Like, this couldn't have been more than, I don't know, it must have been like 10 euros or less, to be completely honest. And it really is nice. I mean, there's this, it doesn't smell like a $200 oud by any means, but for an inexpensive synthetic oud, I really enjoy this. And again, this is a completely opaque bottle, so I have no idea how much I have left, but I have used a good amount of this, and I really can't get enough. So I'm definitely going to be pulling this out and wearing it throughout fall. Then a fragrance I talked about ages ago when I hauled it on this channel though, near the beginning of my channel, and I kind of, for whatever reason, haven't been wearing it, and I really do like it. It's Eternity Intense by Calvin Klein. I really liked it when I picked it up, but I kind of put it away, and it's powdery, it's kind of lipsticky, it smells nothing like the original Eternity, so do not let that deter you. But I felt like when I was pulling these out, this is like the perfect stay inside fall time fragrance if you're, which I imagine I'll be doing a lot of because it's 2020, but it's cuddly, it's warm. I can see this without being, you know, it's not spicy or woody or anything. It's definitely got a touch of that like vintage lipstick feel to it, but I described before, it has the feel of like, you smell the lipstick very, very lightly. It's not super lipsticky, but you also smell like the cardboard box that a lipstick comes in, and it smells kind of vintage, but it's soft, and it really does well. I've pulled it out recently. It does well when you know, spray it on sweaters or scarves or something that's not necessarily wool, but definitely has like a thickness to it. It just, I don't know, it really, really makes it even warmer and cuddlier of a scent. It's a very cuddly scent. So this is one I'm going to be wearing a lot of indoors and kind of like a stay-at-home fall scent, Eternity Intense. It went on sale a couple months ago, so I think understandably it's going discontinued. You can find pretty good deals on this. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. Check out the notes, check out my haul video if you want some more kind of an in-depth review. But I think it's super, super underrated, and people probably just think it's a more intense version of Eternity and a flanker. And this is a case where the name did not do this perfume any favors because it is a completely different scent in and of itself, and it's really, really beautiful. So love that. Then we get to a fragrance I've already mentioned and kind of highlighted on my Instagram, on here on YouTube, but I have to be truthful, and that is Iris Prima by Penhaligons. I picked it up near the end of summer, and I've already put a dent in it. I don't think you can see, but it really did go straight to the top, and I put a good dent in this. This is like a fall, winter, a cold weather iris, because it's got like a suede leatheriness to it. It's irisy, but it's not, you know, lipsticky, or it's not getting super, super powdery or very floral even. It has some depth to it, and I've really gotten into suede. We'll get into the next fragrance also features suede, and I just think I've always liked it, but recently, as the weather's been changing and it's been getting colder, I think suede is a really interesting and fun and effective way to give off leatheriness and depth to a fragrance without it being too dark. And sometimes leathery fragrances can have like a burnt rubber note to them. Sometimes they can get really bitter. Sometimes they can go into like a leather cherry direction, which I love, but other people might not be into, like for example in Black Perfecto. It definitely goes in that category, or in that realm, which again I love. But if you're looking for something, it's kind of like leather light is how I see suede, and it's perfect for fall time. So definitely going to be pulling out Iris Prima to wear even more so now in the fall. And the next fragrance, which also features suede, which I have again really, really been into, is Magnolia Rosae, or Rosae, I never know how to pronounce that, and this is from Maison Lancome. So I've recently hauled this. It also features suede, and it's a really, really beautiful one. Oh, I probably should spray it on this arm. So it's floral and suede, basically. A little bit fresh, a little bit dark, not too deep and rich and like bitter or cloying where you would have to wear it when it's super, super, super cold. You can definitely get away with it on even the warmer fall days, because fall is very, I don't know, it's very up and down, kind of like spring. You never really know what you're gonna get. And this kind of works either way. I think it's got a touch of unisex feel to it, I feel. Now, having worn it more, because the only video I've talked about it so far, I think, is my first impressions. Now, having worn it more, there's a touch of, I don't know, it's slightly unisex, which you guys know I love. I think it's definitely feminine, but there is maybe the freshness to it and the suede to it just adds a level of kind of unisex and richness to it that I really am enjoying. Also, I mean, the bottle is stunning, and to pull any excuse to pull out one of the Maison Lancomes is good enough for me. So that's Magnolia Rose or Rosae, no clue. And the next one's actually kind of surprising. I don't think my second impressions video on this has gone up yet, or maybe it has. I really have no idea. But in case it hasn't, Adam Levine's, I think it's just Adam Levine for women, has really, really changed for me. I, in my first impressions, was like, all about it. And by the end of that, day when I had recorded that, I could not get enough of this fragrance. And I think it's because right at the start, there was like a 2-minute window where it's just sharp and spicy, and I felt like it really wasn't gonna go anywhere. And then I was trying so many other fragrances that it warmed up a little, but it didn't warm up quite enough. But it really, really does in such a beautiful way. I have to give credit where credit's due. I could not stop smelling my arm that day when I smelled it. So recently, and ever since then, on a couple days where it's a little bit colder, I feel like it has warmth and richness to it. It is one that I don't mind overspraying to the max because it was so inexpensive. Bottle-wise, I've mentioned before, I'll say it again, I'm really, really not a fan. I absolutely hate this bottle, but what matters most is the scent, and I'm so pleased that it completely did a 180 for me, and I really do like it now. I'm really enjoying it, and I have 100 mils of it to enjoy, so that is great news. The other thing is, I know some of you mentioned that this is kind of a close dupe or version of one of the Tom Fords and that you really like it. I've heard that before too, but you guys have said it. I forget which one, but I remember maybe a Santal blush, whatever it was. I hadn't smelled the original, so I can't really speak to that. But if I ever sample the Tom Ford fragrance, I will definitely do a comparison. Yeah, I really do like it, and I am going to enjoy wearing it in colder weather for sure. Now the next three I really want to go through quickly because I feel like if you know me, then you know they're coming, you're expecting them, and they're just go-tos at this point. So I will go through them quickly, but if you're ever interested in my opinions, I have talked about them in depth in many other videos on my channel. So the first one goes without saying, Sunshine Amouage. A lot of people feel like this is a spring summer scent. I think even when it was made, like Sunshine, it's supposed to be more of a warm weather scent. It's not for me, but I also don't get that, like the peach nectar, whatever, like scent to it. For me, it's very much like a sweet tobacco. It's smoky, it's rich, it's stunning, and I prefer to wear it when it's a little bit colder. It doesn't have, I've definitely worn it in the spring and summer as well, but I don't think personally on me it does the best when it's super hot or humid, and I'm not necessarily drawn to this. I'll be more drawn to a citrus or a light floral, a white floral even, a beachy scent, and this for me isn't that. But in the fall, I have already been wearing it to death. I mean, the second barely the leaves had started to change and I had pulled this out to wear, if I ever, like even in the middle of the day, I'll just spray this on like one arm because I just adore it. So love that. Won't spend any more time on it. The other one is Alien Essence Absolue, of course. Oh my god, I just love this scent. I absolutely love it. I'll spray it on this arm, just this hand. I love it. It is like a gourmand alien. It is, at this point, I think I like it even more than just OG Alien, but I think it's because I know that if I were to repurchase Alien now, it wouldn't be the same because of the reformulation, and this is just like OG Alien times 100. It is stunning. I have loved this ever since I got it, and even before that, and yeah, I can't really see myself being without it. So I'm going to enjoy it this fall. I'm not going to be worried that it's discontinued, and I'm just going to spray at my heart's content, along with the next one, which is Dior Addict. Again, I'm obsessed. I've been holding off on wearing this for far too long because it's that like dream formulation, the second one that everyone thinks is the best, and now it's so hard to find and the new formulation isn't as good, whatever. I don't care anymore. I have maybe like 2/3 left, a little less than 2/3 left, and I'm going to spray at my heart's content. It is, to date, my favorite vanilla, and it's just warm and rich and absolutely stunning. So we'll be wearing that for sure. And the last one is the honorable mention, and it's because while it's not kind of like all of these were faves and I'm so excited to wear it, this one's kind of definitely hit or miss for me, but I need to pull it out and wear in the fall time. I won't finish it, but to put a good dent in it. And I do that with some of my fragrances that I'm just not really feeling. When it's kind of seasonally appropriate, I will pull them out to try to convince myself to, you know, wear it, even just wear it to bed or spray it on bed sheets so I'm just using it up. And that's the One Desire by Dolce & Gabbana. I kind of even have to remind myself of this. Yeah, it's very gourmand. There's definitely like a caramelliness to it, and I feel like I should spray it on my skin too. So it's, and maybe that's what's turning me off. It's not bad though. Like it's not one that turns my stomach or that I hate to wear. It's just, I'm not often in this kind of mood. And for me, it kind of definitely screams October, November, fall time vibes. And that's the time of year where I wear it with most ease. So I'm gonna pull it out of its shelf, of its little spot there, and really keep it near me in my bedroom. So I'm using it as much as possible. I would say though, I would recommend this if you're into the notes of this fragrance. This is one where it definitely sticks around. It does really well on clothing like scarves and, you know, sweaters and stuff as well. So definitely check it out. It's probably much more inexpensive to pick up now, and I have the 30 ml if anyone was wondering. And yeah, that was my fall wardrobe. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, don't forget to check the description box for Emmy's information, for my Instagram, for all other information. It's always in there for you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.